At the core of Steve's values are a deep commitment to friends and family and a deep commitment to always doing the right thing, even in the face of adversity.
I was born in India, in a small little village, in fact, in a mud house. Was fortunate enough to come to this country and when I was still a young child, and grew up here in the U.S. In Detroit mostly. Went to school in Michigan, and then had a chance to come out to California, this amazing, sunny, gorgeous place, and start my career at a young company that people were just learning about. It was Apple. Actually, I was at a division of Apple, and then. I've had the good fortune of meeting some amazing people and building companies myself. For whatever set of reasons, I always knew that I wanted to go build a business that I hope could meet the needs of millions of people or thousands of companies. I've always been a tinkerer or a creator of things, and I wanted to operate something at scale. And so, not to say that I ever really knew what was going to happen, but that was always a desire.
One of the stories that I just remember is probably the foundation of Concur. Now, I was not there at the time, but it leads up to Steve being the visionary that he is. He and one of the other co-founders of Concur, Mike Helton, had sold ACT to Symantec in the early 90s. And Steve got a call from the CFO of Symantec saying, you've got a week to submit your expenses, or you're not going to get reimbursed, as we close this transaction. I think he went around to Fry's Electronics in San Francisco and a bunch of other places, trying to find, a packaged software solution that would help him organize these expenses and get everything together and submitted, but couldn't find anything. And that was the basis of founding Concur.
What was really originated from trying to solve a problem grew into an opportunity to create something amazing, an enduring business, which, look, that spoke to who I was inside, what I wanted to accomplish in my life. I mean, look, we started off as a tiny little business that was trying to solve the expense reporting problem through some magical, kind of mix of things. Roughly about 5,000 amazing people came together over those, couple of decades to build Concur. And today, my friendships, the people that are dearest to me in my life, really came out of that experience.
The tone that's set from the top is often how others follow and what becomes the culture in the organization. And I can say that to be absolutely true in my experience at Concur. The things that he was able to provide in how the company really operated became something I joke about. What would Steve Singh do? It became the guiding post for me and the what I measure myself against, quite frankly. His willingness to be available for people and to help people in ways that have no agenda, that have no self-serving properties around them, but to truly be a multiplier of bringing the best of what people are capable of to life.
Steve helped me realize that what success really is the impact that you have on others. Because of his, compassion and his value around compassion, the impact to community is very high on his list. I mean, I think of Steve as a leader in the community. A lot of it has to do with the number of people who he helps, whether it's just with advice, whether it's with guidance, and then it expands beyond and goes into incredible impact like the girls' school in India that he and his parents built.
My mother, she's just a force of nature. She's just an amazing, amazing human being. And, she's got a 4th grade education. After my father retired, she told him that, hey, we're going back to India, 7 or 8 months out of the year, and we're going to open a girls' school and go, run that girls' school. And what little savings they had, and obviously eventually Raj and I and my sister helped out on this, but what little savings they had, they wanted to pour into the school. And over 20 years, here's what's happened. 6,000, young women have gone from a 4th grade education through high school, with about a 95% graduation rate. 75% of them go on to college. In a little village where literally no girl went to high school, no girl went to college. Now, you can immediately see the positive impact of that, but you don't really fully appreciate the impact of that for generations, right? That village will never be the same. And this was all done by 2 people. So you don't have to be rich. You don't have to You don't have to have an army of people to do this. 2 people can make a massive difference. And so I feel like, look, if my parents could do that, I should be able to do something positive too.
From the beginning of our relationship, certainly Steve has been as focused on growing the business, taking risks, dreaming big, as he has about how to do it and then what it's all for. I think that's just a tremendous message for people to take away, that it's not just about where you're going and how big you're dreaming, it's about how you get there and then what you do when you do meet those milestones and you do have a little bit of time and talent and treasure to put back into the world. How do you do that? How do you support the people that are close to you? And how do you support the mission of organizations that they believe in and that you believe in?
As you get older, one of the things you really try to understand is, what is the purpose of your life? Like, why are you here? What do you hope to get out of it? Myself, I'm sure every other person in the world is like this, which is you want something to endure past you. I really feel like the purpose of my life is to find a way to improve the trajectory of life for other people. I happen to be a part of a group called Madrona Venture Group. This is the best venture capital firm in the Pacific Northwest. And this is a 26-year history of doing amazing things, working with amazing entrepreneurs. I found that I had a chance to actually add value by helping the next generation of entrepreneurs. Some of these folks that are part of Junior Achievement today, you're going to be the next set of entrepreneurs. For me, the satisfaction is I get to work with people like that. This is the piece that I wish I knew when I was younger. It's like, go out and try. Oftentimes when you hear stories of people who had success, you just think that, hey, everything just went smoothly. And that's just not true. Failure is a part of life. It's a part of being a human being. The thing that makes you better is if you can learn from it. It defines you in an incredible way, and you're going to go learn and be better.